think I'm on screen. I don't know. Oh. Let me know if you can all see me, because hang on. No, there we are. Hang on. Still working on tech. There we are. Okay, yeah. I think we're still going. Yeah. Anyway, welcome on to Improv Central. I had to remember what the name of this show actually is. But yes, welcome to Improv Central. Expect the unexpected today, wherever you are. If you're wondering why I'm looking over there, we currently got 2 monitors going. But what's good about this week's Improv Central is we're actually live in different places this week. Normally we're live just on Facebook, and tonight we're live on Twitch and YouTube. So hopefully a few more people will come and watch. But if you don't know who I am, I'm Nash. I am your master of ceremonies for tonight. I will be making sure that no one says anything too above the line, but I don't really give a fuck, really. I couldn't care less if someone, unless you're racist. If you're racist, no. Anyway, enough about that. It's always good doing these shows. Some of you may have seen earlier in the week, we did announce that our locked-in show is going to be coming to an end. That is mainly due to lockdown here in the UK is about to end. Is that a good thing? Not really. I quite enjoyed lockdown, to be honest. I enjoyed it a lot more this time around compared to last time. Yeah, I know. A lot of people are like, oh, lockdown bad. I'm like, lockdown mediocre. Like, come on, lockdown's mediocre in my opinion. But yes, anyway, I think we better get started. I'm going to introduce our acts, our people who are going to be hopefully going for title of Improv Comic of the Week this week. But before we introduce our people who are going up against our current winner, we should introduce our winner, because some of you may know him, some of you may not. Last week, due to tech issues, he won. Okay, he only won on a technicality. But guys, please welcome, this guy's absolutely brilliant. I love performing alongside him anywhere, whether that's in a club or even in a bandstand, as it happened to be. Please welcome the absolute brilliant Emmanuel Paul.
Thank you. Hi. Technicality is still a win.
Yeah, technicality is still a win. But how are you doing, Emmanuel? You good?
I'm good. I'm looking forward to trying to defend my title. You know?
Yeah, well, you've got some strong competition tonight, I'll say that. You've got some newcomers and you've got some returning people. But will they take, do you think they'll take the title off you?
Most likely, yeah.
Michael said that, and look what happened.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So,
I think we'll get on.
Easy.
Yeah. Anyway, right, let's get our next act on. This guy is joining us all the way from Italy. He was our former Improv Comic of the Week. He's absolutely brilliant. He's currently the host of the Housefire Reckless Comedy Live Show. Please welcome the brilliant Michael Monkhouse. You right, Michael?
Hello.
Oh, I think we're having a bit of a lag. We'll come back to Michael in about 30 seconds or so.
Yeah.
We'll come back to Michael. While Michael's having a little bit of a tech issue, we'll go on to our next act, who's now been on every single improv show for the last few weeks. This guy is brilliant. He only lives half a mile up the road from me, so that's interesting. Please welcome the brilliant Ryan Stannard.
Shit. I just literally lost a £5 bet with my own mother, and I've had to give her £5 now.
At least you're not losing £5 for a prostitute. Could be worse.
Oh, Kim, you're the only guy who I know who could pay for a prostitute and end in the friend zone.
never used that one before, have you? You never used that one before. But yeah, it's always good to have you back, Ryan. Always great.
Yeah.
Let me have a look. Okay, we're going to get our first of our two newcomers in. This guy is brand new here. He's never done a reckless show. He's joining us from California. He's joining us from California today. Please welcome, absolutely brilliant, Kurt Seedblom.
Yeah, you nailed it. Awesome. How's it going, gents? Good morning.
Good.
Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah, we'll.
Beautiful.
Brilliant. Okay, our next newcomer, absolutely brilliant. This guy, funny story about this guy. The last time I do believe we performed together, he got upstaged by Andrew Lloyd Webber, by a production of an Andrew Lloyd Webber show. He's looking very confused right now, wondering when did that happen. He'll probably remember in a second. Guys, this guy's absolutely brilliant. This act is absolutely brilliant. I can't recommend it enough for any promoters. Please give it up for the brilliant Simon Hall.
Are there any actors that are brilliant? Yo.
It's great to have you here. Brilliant. Okay, we're going to try and get Michael working, hopefully. Once again, please welcome Michael Monkhouse.
There he is.
We all good, Michael? That's Simon. Yes. Yeah, brilliant. It's always good to have these amazing people. Oh, yeah. Can everyone hear Michael all right?
All right, man. Yeah, listen, I can't see anything. I've got this big black screen. Sorry about that. Hang on a minute.
Right. Okay.
shit.
Hopefully that's all.
Kim's gone as well.
Yeah.
Should we say mean things about him while he's off screen?
Yeah, let's talk shit about him. What, I mean, bloody hell, how tall is he? 5'5"? Oh shit, he's back on.
Yeah, I'm back. It wasn't the internet this time. It was actually because I'm having to use a different device. But anyway, now that we've got all our acts here, brilliant to see you guys. Some of you I haven't seen in a while. Some of you I have seen a lot recently, so it's always good to see you guys back. But are you guys ready to do some improv?
Oh yeah, man.
Sure.
I can see a lot of confident faces.
Sorry, I can't hear anything. Everything's crackling.
Oh, hang on. Is it? Can you hear me now? I don't know
I
if
can,
it's
yeah,
my
that's
end.
That's better.
Okay, yeah, now we're good. Okay. But yeah. So there's 8 rounds. There are alongside these 2 8 rounds, there are 2 stand-up rounds where you will get. We're going to increase it to 3 minutes. You're going to get 3 minutes on a random wildcard subject. So that is always interesting. Every single week, people end up doing like 70 seconds and run out. So it's always interesting seeing how long people can do 3 minutes. But yeah, I think we'll get on to our first subject of the night. I've just realised Michael's still out the room. I've just realised that. Oops.
That's all right, man. Oh, that's better.
Not much better.
Everyone. How you doing? You all right? Yeah. Don't patronize me.
Okay. Right. So, guys, are you ready for your first subject?
Yeah.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah.
All right. Your first subject tonight is religion. Right. Who am I going to pick to go first? We're going to do this one by one. Let's go. I'm going to go with Kurt.
All right. When do it start? Right now?
Well, this is just for these little rounds here. I'll do.
Are these just like
jokes?
Okay, sure.
For 2 minutes.
Yeah, just one each.
You can just go for as long as you want. Just throw ideas out there. But yeah, religion.
Okay. Well, so the governor in California, he shut down a lot of the churches because of social gathering. And there's a lot of people who are resistant to it. There's a lot of newborn Baptists who are like, no, the Lord said that I can see each other, and the Lord's going to save us, and all this stuff, which is terrible because now you've got flocks of believers all dying. And I'm just curious if this is going to help teach us at the end, what's the right religion? I mean, are the Unitarians going to be the only ones who are like, we told you our God is the right one? I feel maybe it'll be the Buddhists because they're just alone anyway. That's how I would like to believe. It's almost patronizing how the pastors will just convince their flock of all this stuff. It's obviously very cultish, and it's scary that people would just dismiss any science over faith, like our politics. Luckily, we're almost out of the woods here. I'm so happy. But yeah, and what's disgusting to me is how other religious people, they're like, oh, Trump, he's our man. He's religious. How? What religion? I don't know. I've never seen somebody have his own flag and have his own devout followers so much like this. It's so cultish. I mean, I see the American flag, and then right next to it, or under it, or beside it is the Trump flag. I've never seen that before. I mean, at work, where I work, or used to work, I just got laid off. Companies are very religious, like almost cultish. You have your own pens, your own shirts, your own everything. It's, to me, companies are also this close from being a religious cult. Sometimes they even give you their own money with their own, hey, this is Chevron dollars, or this is, IBM dollars. You use it for other IBM swag. It's cultish. It's religious. I'm not drinking that Kool-Aid anymore. I think that's what I got. I wasn't running my timer.
That was brilliant.
To be fair,
I was just making one joke. That was fucking brilliant, man.
I'm sorry.
Well, that was a whole set.
If COVID is the reckoning, then the Bible really oversold itself on that, didn't it?
Yes.
Like the plague, yeah.
Yeah. There's supposed to be like angels coming down and like destroying people, the 4 horsemen.
Yeah. Fire and brimstone.
Yeah. And what was the first commandment? Thou shalt not kill.
Right.
To be honest, I was just about to go to Simon next. I was about to go to Simon. You got anything else, Simon, on religion?
Yeah, go on.
Religious stuff, right? I don't want to be too horrible to religious people. Like, I think they get like a lot of flack from everywhere, don't they? Like, and I don't want to be too horrible to them because, like, if you are religious, like I get it. Like, I know where you're coming from. Like, I really do. Like, because like I can empathize with those emotions because deep down, there's like a part of me that really, really wishes that Harry Potter was real. Like, if we're gonna believe in bullshit fantasy stories, they might as well be good ones, mightn't they?
Yeah, but that's bullshit too. I fucking hate Harry Potter. He's a cunt.
Oh, fuck you, man! You're wrong. You're wrong as a person.
Don't laugh at my religion. Don't laugh at my
Harry Potter
religion.
is my religion.
You don't laugh at the Spice Girls. I won't laugh at Harry Potter.
Oh my God.
You just did.
Yeah, no, I think that's about it.
Yeah, that's good.
Weird,
you know, I think it would be interesting if Harry Potter was written.
You are
Ben was gay.
Yeah.
He is gay. You can tell he's gay. Yeah. Little specky cunt in glasses. I mean, with a broomstick. Yeah. What does he do with that? I wonder.
Oh my days.
Fuck off, guys, yeah. What kind of hero is that? We used to have real heroes like, sort of Iron Man, got his little puff with the broomstick.
Harry Potter is a much better hero than Iron Man.
No, he's not. I'm not going to argue about this. I'm not going to argue about this.
Bullshit right-wing propaganda that is the
I refuse to argue about this, right? I'm nearly 50 years old. I'm not going to argue about the merits of like a little kiddie, If it was Jennings, I might argue about, or the Just William books. They were pretty awesome, but not Harry Potter.
In
Well,
fairness,
you know,
like,
Just William was brilliant, right? Yeah, but like
He's fantastic.
Harry Potter actually says something. Harry Potter is a power.
Yeah,
Don't get
he
me
says,
on to
put
Harry
my
Potter,
head in
you
because
can't-
I'm a specky bastard, yeah.
but Iron Man didn't have to go to school to learn.
No, I
his stuff.
thought it was really funny when people always say that the Narnia books have Christian imagery. It's like, yeah, that completely went over my head.
Really?
I had to read that book 6 million times before I could find that. You know, it's like when people say that Charlie Chaplin's Great Dictator, it's really about Hitler. Ooh, really? Oh my God, I completely missed that. Honestly, I'll have to watch it again. Too subtle.
Kim's frozen.
But Harry Potter talks about racism.
I'm all right.
with a sledgehammer.
I'm letting this all go. You know, like,
Life's too short.
that was an interesting
How do we
thing.
get in religion at Harry Potter? Boom.
I don't want to sound like a bit of a dick, but can we stop the Harry Potter debate now?
He's gone now. He's so
If
offended.
everyone keeps slagging off Harry Potter, I'm leaving.
I'm going. Say what you like about me, but leave Harry out of this.
Yeah, Harry's pure and innocent. He's lovely.
Harry, even his name's shit. Harry Potter.
Right. Michael,
Hello.
control yourself. Otherwise, there's no special treat for you. I sound like I'm talking down to a man.
Doing this in my free hand. Go on.
Who else? Right. We've had Kurt, we've had Simon, we've had a bit of Michael. Let's go, Emmanuel. Religion. I better get religion back up.
Okay. All right. Put your hands up if you're atheist. Hands up if you're atheist. Okay, good. That's it. God lock in. Smite them now. Now, as I was saying, yeah, evolution, yeah? Evolution. It's a case of an animal getting messed with over time and producing a thicker, harder skin to get stronger. For example, the scorpion. It developed a hard outer skin and a stinger tail and snippers because the cockroaches kept on fucking with it. And then you get a rhino who has a hard outer skin and a long nose because the alligators kept on fucking with it, yeah? So, if that's the process of evolution, how come black people aren't bulletproof? There's been centuries of us getting shot. Why aren't we bulletproof? Why haven't we got skin like that Marvel character, Luke Cage? You know, we're not even stab proof. You know, because there's been a lot of stabbings in East London. So many stabbings in East London where I'm from, and there were stabbings just the other day, yeah? Because at the end of the day, that's what you get for heckling me.
Wait, so I'm still going. Oh my God. I'm going to say this, Emmanuel. If this doesn't win you the competition, I don't know what will.
That was pretty good.
Oh, you know. Wow. Okay.
Thank you.
Wow. Ryan, religion. You're the last one to do religion.
I mean, I don't know how I'm going to top that one, but pretty much I am a Christian. I have been since I was about 3 years old. And you see, the priests and all that, they teach you about God, they teach you about the Bible, but afterwards, for some reason, for 3 weeks in a row, this woman who had a crush on the priest stayed behind and the church, so I stayed behind too. And the priest was teaching the woman how to masturbate. So you can tell that the priests are great teachers.
Great.
I'm going to say this about her.
True story.
A little bit touchy on me. Priests are not good at social distancing. Let's say that. Priests are not good at social distancing. Anyone else agree with me on that? They're not good at social distancing.
But too close.
Yeah, too close and too personal.
Yeah.
my opinion. Okay, so what we do?
Do I get a go? Well, that might go. Harry Potter, that was a religion thing, so.
Right, so normal.
Yeah, if you start with Harry Potter, you forfeit your go.
No, I don't get a go. Good. I think I've been skipped out this round. Don't worry.
Okay, so you get the audience.
What happened to me, man? What happened to me?
You know, vote for their favourite act. The audience can go and vote.
I didn't actually get a go, but don't worry.
Yeah, you know, go vote for and also just like some other.
I love talking about religion as well. What a wasted opportunity.
I'm sure that will be a good subject for you later, Michael.
All right.
But also during the show, the acts get to vote for their own for other acts as well if they want to. So everyone gets to vote. So it's fun. So one by one, let's go. Brian, who did the best stuff on religion?
Oh God, Emmanuel made my night on saying that. But yeah, no,
Thank you.
Just so that you know, I am just counting up the votes as we go along. So, okay, so Brian voting for Emmanuel. Kurt, who did the best stuff on religion?
I also liked Emmanuel's take on bulletproof and armor piercing. Although, in fairness, if they went to the Church of Harry Potter, it'd probably be much better.
Preach, my brother, preach!
I missed all my kid fucking stuff, haven't I?
What a church!
Okay, so Emmanuel's got one, Simon's got one. Right, okay, that's good. That's good. It's all good. Okay, Simon, who did the best bit on religion?
I'm gonna go with Kurt. I enjoyed his bit.
That's good. I quite liked your bit, Kurt. I like that. Okay, so
He only quite liked it though.
Yeah,
that was good.
Michael, who did the best bit on religion?
No, well, it's a shame that you didn't ask me because you missed all my hilarious kid raping jokes. So that's good. I'll save them for later. I'm kind of torn, a bit like Natalie Imbruglia, because I fucked her when she was 6 years old. She was torn. I think I'm just gonna go for Kurt, but it was very close because Emmanuel was a guffaw. But I'm gonna go for Kurt. All right.
Brilliant. Right, Emmanuel, who gets your vote? Who did the best religion stuff?
Kurt.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I get a vote as well. For me, it's gonna have to be Emmanuel, I think. Although I like the Harry Potter stuff, I have to give it to Emmanuel for this one. So, right, let's have a look at the votes. Right, so the winner of round one is Kurt. Well done, Kurt, for winning round one.
Yay.
Well done, Kurt. Well done. Well done.
Sorry, what?
Okay. Okay, it's time for round two. Round two is going to be an interesting one. It's going to be interesting to see what material we can get out of this one. Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
yeah.
All right, round two this is going to be an interesting one. Michael Buble.
Oh, for fuck's sake, I don't know who the fuck that is.
He's a shitty singer, yeah.
Right, we'll start off with Michael on this round.
Oh, for fuck's sake, yeah. What happened when Michael Jackson fancied a tit wank? Michael Buble. Right. I'm not going to go, because Michael Jackson, actually, you know what I think is really funny about Michael Jackson is whenever you say that maybe he touched those kids, people always say, yeah, but he was a great dancer. Like, that sort of makes it all right, you know, fuck all the kids you like, as long as you learn to moonwalk first. I actually have a theory about the moonwalk. I think he learned to do it just to confuse kids, like, you know, which directions are you trying to fuck me from now? I don't know. I'm the opposite of Michael Jackson. I'll fuck anything that's over 16. You may know the story of the Pied Piper of Hamelin. Do you know that story?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the energy I'd expect from fans of the Pied Piper of Hamelin. Let's keep going with that. It's better than Harry Potter. Basically, at the end of it, it's 5,000 children running. I've touched a nerve with this Harry Potter thing, haven't I? Sorry. It's a bit like
Yeah,
about
you
Memory
touched him.
City or something to me. Yeah. No, but seriously, last thing, I'm going to fuck off. Don't worry. The Pied Piper of Hamelin, it's 5,000 children running after one man, which is Michael Jackson in reverse. Thank you.
Wow, good. Let's go with Emmanuel, Michael Buble.
Michael Buble is the only guy that sings like he's coming. Like, fly me to the moon and let me play among the stars. Let me know what life is like on Mars.
Oh, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I like that. Simon, Michael Buble.
Well, I mean, one interesting thing about Michael Buble, isn't it? Like, all the mums always love him. Like, and he does like well at Christmas, which is good for this time of year. But like, yeah, like, what is it that he has that just like all the mums just like fornicate over him? Like, the moment they hear him talk about him, like, my mum is obsessed. My mum is the least sexual person in the world, and yet the moment Michael Buble is mentioned, she goes weak at the knees. It's a very bizarre thing. I'm not sure if I've got any jokes on it. It's just the only thing I can think of right now.
It's interesting to hear that your mum's not a sexual person.
Well, I mean, she's just not.
She is. Believe me, I checked.
She's not a very adventurous person in any area of her life, so I can't imagine she's ever had exciting sex.
They're the worst.
Yeah.
It's all hidden.
Yeah, my mum is the worst. She is the worst kind of person.
My mother's
She is awful. I hate her. I hate
my mother. Yeah. My mother's a whore.
Not an adventurous person.
Okay. Right, who's next? Let's
Harry
go.
Potter.
Stop it, Harry Potter. Okay, let's go with Kurt.
All right. Well, my deep knowledge of Mike Buble goes to his quick Google search, and from what I've heard from you guys, it looks like he caught a lot of flack from trying to elbow his wife during a video or something like that. I'm believing it's probably a music video. Now, I mean, if this was like a sex video, that's up to them what they do behind closed doors. But it sounds like he is just a much younger Tom Jones as far as the grainy panty droppers. That's all I got on him.
I like that. Okay, this is going to be interesting. Ryan, Michael Buble.
Well, I actually have heard one of his songs before. Now, what does Freddie Mercury and Michael Buble, what the fuck? I can't even get this motherfucker's name right. What does he have in common with Freddie Mercury? Freddie Mercury had AIDS in the bollocks, and Michael had AIDS in the throat because the motherfucker can't sing for shit.
Okay, interesting. To be honest, the only joke I can think of about Michael Buble is the only guy who isn't a paedophile who can come and go once a year. Good, I'll use that in future shows. Brilliant. Yeah, right, it's back over to the audience to vote, and obviously Max to vote as well. We're going to start off with Simon. Who did the best Michael Buble stuff?
I liked Emmanuel's joke. I like that. That was good.
Brilliant.
Thank you.
I think that was actually a joke. I just slagged off my mum. She is a bitch, though. Grrr!
My mother is not a whore. No, she does it for free.
She's an expert.
Okay. Michael.
I'm the only man she hasn't fucked yet, believe me. So saving the best to the last, obviously. Sorry, it's Emmanuel. It's I just love the idea of somebody fucking Emmanuel and him doing that face. I think it's the funniest thing I've seen from him. Definitely. Yeah.
Okay,
Even
so
I don't like that when I come. I checked really, so definitely
who's getting your vote, Michael?
Emmanuel.
Brilliant. Okay, Ryan, who did the best Michael Buble stuff?
It's Emmanuel again. It's got to be Emmanuel again.
Thank you.
Okay. Kurt, who did the best stuff for Michael Buble?
That it was tough because I liked how Simon invented. He really opened some dialogue about mothers. But now I know what Emmanuel looks like on his sex tapes. So I'm gonna have to go with Emmanuel, man.
Brilliant. Emmanuel, who did the best material on? Who did the best material on Michael Buble?
Michael Boob.
I take it as Ryan.
I like that. Yeah. Michael Boob.
Right, I take it your vote is Ryan, yes?
I love that we all gave precincts for our answers. Emmanuel's just like giggling over Michael Boo.
My joke. Come on.
I need a joint to set myself straight.
You know what?
Straight.
Voting wise for me, I'm going to give it to Simon because I'd like to hear your mum's not a sexual person or just an adventurous person anyway. I like that. I appreciate your honesty. Okay, so at the end of that round, the winner of round 2 is Emmanuel.
Woo! Yeah.
Well done, Emmanuel. You won round 2. All right, here we go. So the next round, it's our first stand-up round. So this is a completely wild card subject chosen by yours truly. You each go one by one, so you'll be the only one on screen for 3 minutes. So who wants to volunteer themselves to go first?
I can do that.
Okay, Michael will go first. So I'll get everyone else screen for the moment. Just while I do this. Okay. Right, Michael, are you ready to find out what your subject is?
Yeah. Let's get it out of the way.
All right, your subject. Start off with, I'm not sure if I've used this one before or not, but here we go. Your stand round is
Oh, great,
right,
masturbation.
3 minutes starts
Great.
now.
Yeah. Well, because I've noticed that a lot of young male comedians are always talking about masturbation, masturbation. And I just want you to know that I think that's really, really funny. And I wish I'd thought of it first because there is nothing wrong with masturbation. People talk about so many disgusting things, war, famine, Harry Potter, You need a wank just to cheer yourself up. My worst ever wank was Melanie C. That's funny in itself, is it? Knocking one out over sporty? Nothing wrong with that. My worst ever wank was Melanie C on TFI Friday. The pause function went off just before I did, and I shot my wad all over Chris Evans. By a bizarre coincidence, Melanie was singing "Things Will Never Be the Same Again." But no use crying over spilt milk. I often use that story to break the ice at parties. I don't get invited to parties very often. Not since my nephew's 3rd birthday party. No, but seriously, I love the Americans because they have so many wonderful expressions for masturbation. Like in English, it's "I'd wank," "I'd wank," that's what I'd wank, didn't I? And in American, it's like slapping slapping the purple-headed yogurt slinger. I think all these wonderful expressions. Because that reminds me, actually, very quickly, a few weeks ago, I broke my wrist on my right hand, which is kind of here. Well, you probably understand anyway. I don't have to do a fucking demonstration. This is my hand. No, seriously, I broke my wrist on my right hand. And what is the worst thing when you break your wrist? Let's be honest. Come on. What is the worst thing when you break your wrist? And there's always some dickhead who goes, "You can't wank." No. As they say in German, nein. As they say in Italian. No, the worst thing when you break your wrist is that hilarious comment that everybody makes again and again and again. It's like, "Hey, how'd you do that, mate? Hey, how'd you do that, mate? Hey, how'd you do that, mate? You've been wanking too much, mate. Is that it? Is that you done it? Too much of that? Is that it? Is that you done it, mate? Too much wank. You've been wanking too much, mate. Too much wanking. Too much you're wanking. Hey, barman, get me a pint. You need a pint. It's been wanking too much." That's hilariously funny. Obviously, that is how I did it, but it's still annoying. Do you know? I should. Yeah, just very, very quickly. Just one more thing. I didn't want to confess to masturbating in the vegetable patch, but the time had come. That's all from me. I'm off for a wank. Thank you.
Well done, Michael. Brilliant. I like that. Right. So next up on your stand-up round, doing it about masturbation is Kurt.
All right.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Right. Give me 2 seconds. All right. Your 3 minutes start now.
All right. So, confession for you guys. I was married. My 3rd year of marriage, I walked in to see my twin brother fucking my wife. At first, I didn't know what was going on. I looked down. I was just like, "Wow, look at me go." But I was like, "Those aren't my tattoos." So that caused a lot of problems, obviously, within the marriage. Now divorced. But even now, when I masturbate, I just see him, my twin, masturbating. It's bothersome. I can no longer have sex around mirrors. I had to delete all my homemade porn films, which was pretty much just me masturbating. It sucks, But even before that, I mean, anytime you're masturbating, if you see yourself in a shiny object, you already feel awkward. Like you have your laptop open and all of a sudden you lose power or something like that. Then you just see the glossy reflection of you with your unit in your hand, holding that custard gun. And you're like, uh-oh. You just see yourself. And that's when the shame happens immediately, like I better put this away and go back to the Church of Harry Potter and atone for my sins. That's how me and Ben feel. I'm not sure how the rest of the gang feel about it, but anyway, yeah. So masturbation is, and the thing is, as you get older, even watching porn is difficult because to me, it's like I've got kids those ages. I don't want to see that, So I try to go to the old vintage porn, black and white, because like that's someone's grandmother now. That good for them, But there's some of the porn channels like step porn that is just really, really weird. Although it's a great opportunity to reboot the Brady Bunch, and maybe have a parody on that. There could be a train episode called Marsha. And I'm not sure how topical these are for the US. I know I've watched a lot of BBC in my youth, and You guys might not know Brady Bunch, and that's all right. You could look for the porn channel on that, which hopefully will be coming soon after COVID. Otherwise, it would just be a bunch of Zoom windows of a bunch of random strangers, and they just wouldn't feel right. And then when the power goes out and you're stuck there with your unit in your hand, you're like, oh, Jesus, here we go again. Back to the church of Harry Potter. Atone for my sins. Well, that's it for me. Thank you guys very much. Masturbation.
Well done. You had about 8 seconds left. That is good. Well done, Kurt. Absolutely brilliant. Will it win him the vote? Who knows? You guys decide. Next up, talking about masturbation is, ooh, do I leave him last? We're going to go over to Emmanuel about masturbation. Your 3 minutes about masturbation start now.
Okay, I'm not gonna brag, but I'm a bit of an ambidextrous wanker, you get me? So I can use both hands, I can switch in between, when one's getting a bit tired and warm, switch it to a nice cold, fresh left. You get me? Yeah, that's a skill I've honed and I've kept to myself. It's sort of a party trick, but you know, not all parties you do that at, you know. I did that in the wrong party once, so never again. No, they said it was come one, come all, so what are you gonna do? And the thing is, like, the first time and the last time I ever got caught wanking, yeah, was I was living at home, yeah, and I was watching Television X, yeah, and because Television X is only free for 10 minutes, you only get 10 minutes wank time. You got that slim margin of wank time. So that's when I learned how to do both hands, because you got 10 minutes, you know. And my brother came in at the 7-minute mark, and I normally get lost at the 8-minute mark. And he came in and I jumped up, and he said, "What are you doing?" I said, "I saw a mouse." And he said, "Why's your pants down?" "Oh, it scared the pants off me." And he just said, "I know what you were doing." And he just walked upstairs, and something in my head said that and thought that it would work, but it was a stupid idea at the time. But the thing is, I learned other lessons during life. Also, I said never ever masturbate after hot food. You know, especially when you eat a hot kebab and you want to have a little, wash your hands, you know, because that burns for days. I was just, that was like the Sahara Desert. It's like hell moved into my hood, you know, my foreskin hood, not my area. My area is hell anyway, but I'm saying, but it personally moved into my genital area, and it was just burning, man. And yeah, you know. And once I got jerked off by a girl with her feet, she was good. She had my dick, yeah, between both feet. Just like, I was like, wow. I've never seen no one jerk off another person with their feet. She done it so well, you know? Who thinks to learn a skill like that? You know, I'm gonna one day jerk a guy off to my feet. You know, what sort of goals was she setting life to come up with that conclusion and do it successfully well? There's amazing people out there. Different ways to jerk you off.
Okay, your time is up, Emmanuel. Your time is up. Well done. Brilliant. I like that. I like that. Me personally, I don't like someone wanking me off with their feet, because I don't know where the fuck those feet have been. Like, what happens if they don't wear shoes? Where the fuck has it been? You're wanking dirty. Like, yeah, that's all I'm gonna say on that. Next up, to talk about masturbation. I think he's got some real potential. Ryan, you are next up. Please unmute yourself, because it's time for you. You might unmute yourself, by the way. Otherwise, you're going to be talking nothing. Okay, Ryan, give me a second. Give me 1 second, otherwise. Okay, right, your 3 minutes start now.
See, with masturbation, it's just really healthy. Like, I'm a sexual tiger and I feed on vagina. Trust me. So I have a wank probably 3 or 4 times a day, and I'm not too sure if there's any men out there who are the same way. I don't want to know. But the weirdest place that I had a wank in was actually in a McDonald's toilet, and it wasn't actually the disabled one. It was actually with the it was the ones where you had like the 3 toilets, like the 3 cubicles on the wall, and then you had the 2 toilets. So I didn't even bother, but you know, that'd just be plain weird wanking in a disabled toilet. That'd just be fucking weird. And I mean fucking weird. I've accidentally wanked over an 11-year-old before. Don't worry, I was 11 at the time. As soon as I found out that it was her 11th birthday, I flew myself back to England because I was in America at the time. And I'm not too sure if the guys who are listening to this have ever had that, but in America, the 13, 14-year-olds, you know, they got those big ass fucking tits at that age. Over here, you know if the kid is fucking 13 or 14 years old because they look 13 or 14 years old. But I think that that's the thing that us men have to be careful about because, you know, for instance, if you fuck a 15-year-old over here, boom, the police are at your door, you caught a case, you know. So it's a bit weird. Like, obviously, I'm lucky that I am 17 and a half years of age because my girlfriend is actually 18 and a half. Recently, when I was in the street, a lady asked me if she could have a puff of my cigarette. I said yes, the public toilets are just down the road. So she sucked me off. She gave me a blowy for a £5. She smoked my cigarette and she said that it was very nice. She said that it had a great taste. But that's all I have about wanking. But yeah. Or masturbation, whatever.
Thank you, Ryan. You had 30 seconds left. You had 30 seconds. Not bad, not bad. That woman who might have given you a blowy, she still owes me 50 quid, sadly. Yeah. It's I'm not going to say who it is, but I think I know who it is. And this is me being serious. I think I know who it is as well. Okay, final person to talk about masturbation. I know this guy has got some really good material, I'm sure. Please welcome the brilliant Simon Hall for the next 3 minutes to talk about masturbation. Are you ready, Simon? I take that as a yes. Right, your 3 minutes start now.
Great topic, masturbation. Wanks very much. That's pretty much everything I've got. That is the grand total of my material on masturbation. One thing, like, I think it's a little bit, I don't know if it's me that I look like a serial masturbator or whether it's just the kids at the school I teach at are very observant, but they're always calling me a wanker. So who knows? I think it's probably them being observant, isn't it? Emmanuel was talking about getting not having wanking after having hot food, right? And I have a rule now, right, where if I'm having hot food, I will now wash my hands once before I go to the toilet and once after I've been to the toilet, just in case, right? Because I genuinely had this situation once where I'd been making like a chili, and I'd got some chili flakes on my fingers, and I went to the loo. And well, I'm sure you can imagine what happened, right? I got some on the you know, the tender bit that pokes out when he's happy. I got some on that bit, right? And the ensuing howl of pain was enough to bring my girlfriend running into the bathroom to see what I'd done to myself. And she found me just sort of staring down at my penis, just making her sound like a wounded dog. She immediately thought, I need to help. I'm gonna do something to help. So she just grabbed hold of it and put it in the sink, and then started trying to splash water over it. Yeah, and it's just she's got my cock by the shaft, and it's just throwing water over my penis. And anyone who knows anything, or anyone who's ever been to a curry house, right, and it has had curry that's too hot, and then goes water, 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 right? Some smart ass will be like, you shouldn't have water, you should have milk, because water will just spread the oils of the chili. Yeah, that's what happens, isn't it? Right? Yeah, you spray water, you splash water on your cock, right? It spreads the oils of the chilies. Yeah, and so they're just now. My entire bell end is searing in pain, right? And I don't really know how I'm going to get out of this story, but basically, like, that is essentially where I ended up. It was not the best way to end cooking a curry, because usually I get quite excited about eating curry. So there you go. Wash your hands before you go to the toilet, and masturbating if you've been cooking curry. Important life skills for everyone to learn.
Well done, Simon. You kept straight within your time, so that was brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Right, let's get everyone else back on the screen, and let's start the voting. Obviously, audience members at home, you can vote. Make sure to vote for your favourite act in any of the rounds. I will get the masturbation on screen now. I was saying that sentence in the church. But yeah, okay, so allow the audience to vote for who did the best masturbation material. I'm going to ask each act one by one, so we'll go with who's on my screen. So let's start with Simon. Who did the best masturbation?
I'm going with Kurt again. I like the Church of Harry Potter. Anything that mentions that, I'm there. So
I mentioned it.
Yeah, but you were slagging it off.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. Michael, who gets your vote on masturbation?
I'm going for Kurt, because I've got to be honest, I've been doing this for years now. I'm still shit. And to be honest, masturbation is such a hackneyed subject, and I thought Kurt was very funny and original with it. And I also think anybody who describes his twin fucking his wife as bothersome is not. You're actually English, not American.
Okay.
It's frowned
Emmanuel.
upon.
Emmanuel, who did the best masturbation material?
Simon.
Woo. Good. I bet Simon's happy with that. Of course he is. Kurt, who did the best masturbation material?
I'm gonna go with Mike. I like the angst with masturbation.
Thank you.
Interesting.
True story.
Okay. Ryan, who did the best masturbation?
Kurt has my vote for this one.
Brilliant. Okay, right. Oh, no, don't want to give that person a vote. No. Okay, so for me, it has to go to Simon. For me, like, I'm not going to lie, I was in stitches at the end of that one. So, the winner of this round is... The winner is Kurt.
Hey.
Kurt, clean win that one. Clean win. Okay, we're going to continue on with the other main normal round. So no stand up for a little bit, a bit more improv. Next subject. Are you guys ready? Good.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Your next subject is Kylie Minogue.
Oh, for fuck's sake, another bitch who I don't know.
I fucking hate Kylie Minogue.
Right. Let's start off with Kurt.
Okay. Well, don't know anything about Kylie Minogue. I'm imagining she's French, maybe Australian. I know Kylie Jenner. unless she took another turn. And that's her. Don't know.
I'm having the. She's Australian/British. Yes, I am searching this up.
It's our Kylie.
You must know Kylie, man. Even I know Kylie.
Fucking hell. Fair enough, if you don't know who Kylie is. I was really tempted to put Kylie in there, but Kylie came to mind. Ironically, she didn't come to mind, but yes. Okay, next up, Michael, Kylie Minogue.
Yeah. Interesting fact about Kylie Minogue is that she's the first female singer to have #1 albums over 5 decades. Yeah. Yeah, that's another interesting fact I use to break the ice at parties. Each album was produced in Abbey Road Studios. Each album contained 3 hit singles, and each album was total and utter fucking shit. The only interesting thing that I know about Kylie Minogue, when I was at school, my first crush was my French teacher. He didn't mind. No, it was a woman, seriously. And my best friend at the time had a big crush on Kylie Minogue, and we used to have really big arguments about who was more attractive. And so I have never, even though I grew up in the 1980s, I have never masturbated over Kylie Minogue. I'm very proud of that. I've never masturbated to Kylie Minogue, Samantha Fox, or Madonna as a matter of principle. So I'm going to finish with the joke about Madonna instead of Kylie Minogue. My dad keeps lecturing me about my Madonna obsession. I said, Papa, don't preach. Thank you.
Well done. Well done. Okay.
I don't know fuck all about her.
Interesting. One thing I sort of knew Kylie for when I first got introduced to her was everyone always says she's the one with the nice ass. That's the one you can describe her with. I remember growing up. She's the one with the nice ass.
That's just Jennifer Lopez.
Probably.
Well,
You
get to decide who's got the better ass, J-Lo or Kylie.
What, J-Lo?
J-Lo,
Got one.
no comparison, man.
Yeah.
I say that with all due respect to the Spice Girls.
Fair enough. Emmanuel, Kylie Minogue.
To play off what you just said, Kylie Minogue won Derriere of the Year 2 times in a row. As a black man, I find that highly insulting.
Oh, man. I like that. I'll give you that one. I like that. Okay. Ryan, Kylie Minogue. If you don't know anything, just say so.
Well, I don't really know about this name, but this Kylie Minogue woman sounds like that cunt at McDonald's at the moment who tells you as soon as you've ordered your food to go and wait outside. Oh, use this door and that. She sounds like this bitch who I would love to just fucking whack around the fucking face, but that's all. I don't know who the fuck she is.
You could have just said, I don't know
I'd like to say that.
Okay. Simon, Kylie Minogue.
Well, she got famous on Neighbours, didn't she?
Yeah.
But this is where I reveal just how cool I am, right? Because that's not the thing that I love her for, right? Like, not her music either, because I like. But I've followed from Paul, and I've gone and donned my my dressing gown, just so everyone knows it's a Gryffindor dressing gown, right? Because I'm that cool, right? Gryffindor house. Except I'm a Ravenclaw technically, so I don't know why I'm wearing this. But she was on my other great love, Doctor Who. Yeah,
Woo!
she was on a Doctor Who episode, a Christmas Doctor Who episode.
Yeah.
And I love Doctor Who. It's amazing. Right? What a great show. But like, I do have a thing about it, is that they always pick, like, the bad guys are never scary enough, are they? Like, going back to my mother used to tell me, she used to watch Doctor Who from behind the sofa. Like, it was so scary. Like, people would be, like, hiding behind the cushions. I think the technology has moved on, that the BBC can't keep up with that kind of terror anymore, can it? Like, they're all dodgy guys in suits, and they're not scary anymore. There you go. Best I can do.
Was that a church, yeah?
Okay, so audience, you get the vote again. Obviously, act, you should know this one now. You get the vote for your favourite act. So, starting from who's below me, we'll start off with Ryan. Who did the best Kylie material?
Let's go with Simon with this one.
Brilliant. Kurt, who did the best Kylie material?
I think Emmanuel's observation of the Derriere of the Year got me right in the field box. He's got my vote.
Good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Emmanuel, who did the best Kylie material?
Simon.
Yes. Good.
Good Simon.
Simon's so happy about that. Look at him. Michael, who did the best Kylie material?
Yeah, it's definitely Simon. Definitely.
Good.
Yeah.
Simon.
So do you want to hear my Doctor Who joke? I've got a joke about
yeah.
Doctor Who. Do you want to hear it? Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm so
on,
excited. I'm so excited about the next series of Doctor Who. I'm going to have a party last week.
Whee.
Not bad, is it?
Hold on,
Simon.
I've got one about Doctor Who.
Yeah, go on.
So pretty much, I pretty much feel like Doctor Who is my dad because I'm just wondering who it was.
There were 13
Sad.
possibilities over 50 years.
From
I feel
what
like-
Simon was looking at, I think it was Michael you voted for, I presume.
Yeah, I'll go with Michael.
Oh, cheers.
Yeah.
I take it all back about Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Okay. For me personally, I'm going to have to give it to Simon. So the winner of this round is, it's obvious, it's Simon for this round.
Don't know how I didn't have any jokes, but there you go. Thank you.
Now that we're coming to the halfway point of the show, I thought I'd tell you positions-wise, who's currently in the lead, who's currently not in the lead, the top five. We have five. So the top five currently in final place, right down the bottom, is currently Ryan with one vote.
So
There's still time. And then in fourth place is Michael Monkhouse. And then in third place is Kurt. In second place is Simon. And currently still leading is Emmanuel at the moment. Could he win it for second week? Who knows? On to our next subject, on to our next main subject. It is public transport. So let's who are we going to start off with on public transport? Let's start with Emmanuel.
Okay. Public transport. Public transport for the hood is what we call a magical train journey. It takes us from the hood to another hood, and it takes us to magical places. And also, you don't have to pay for it. If you run fast enough through the turnbuckle, it doesn't even close. If you stay right behind someone, you can just sneak right through. And the thing is, the one thing I hate about the London Underground, yeah, it's not built for tall people, you know, because the London Underground, it curves, yeah, and if it's packed, I'm normally stuck with my head getting banged on the side of the bus, and I look in the middle and see some short little shit looking at me doing unnecessary neck exercises. Just trying to rub it in that they got some headroom.
Oh god, I like that one.
I'm trying to work out what unnecessary neck things are.
Okay, next up. Okay, next. Let's go to
So, I haven't been to the London Underground, but I know in New York and Boston, you see a lot of musicians down there, you know, with their, you know, asking for money and playing down there and everything. I think they're really taking the underground sound like really too seriously. I mean, I'm just saying they'd probably get better publicity if they're above ground with the rest of the normal people. But by far the worst place to be begging for money down, you know, or playing music down but in the subways is on your way to Hogwarts, because that terminal isn't you're not gonna get any exposure. So
well, no, there are muggle repelling charms all over the place, obviously.
Oh, and I'll just say, this episode tonight is actually sponsored by J.K. Rowling.
Fuck off.
No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. We stand with the trans community.
I promise. I best start with okay, next. Let's go with Michael Monkhouse. Michael, public transport.
Yeah, public transport in Rome. This is Rome 20 years ago. Fucking bus ain't coming. This is Rome now. I've got this awesome application on my telephone. It says fucking bus ain't coming. That's progress, yeah. You know, you wait 30 minutes for a bus, nothing turns up, and all of a sudden still nothing fucking turns up, does it? There's a big I'm probably going to get into trouble for saying this, but in Rome there's a big thing about the gypsies in the underground. Underground or the tube or the subway, as you say in American, subway, or as you say in American, subway, awesome, I love this thing, you know. And there was a gypsy, actually, this is true. Gypsy came up to me and he said, give me some money. And I said, why? And he said, oh, because if you give me money, I will live longer. I said, you haven't really thought this one through, have you? The guy next to me said, you're a clitoris. I said, what do you mean? He said, turning into a cunt. So here we go. What's small, furry, and lives in your back pocket? A gypsy. Thank you very much.
Oh, brilliant. Okay. Right, who hasn't gone? Okay, Ryan, public transport.
See, public transport really, really pisses me off, especially when I'm at my local train station waiting for a train just to go one stop up the line, and all you hear is, we are sorry, but your train is delayed by blah, blah, blah. Please note that we are doing everything possible to get your train here on time. And I'm like, you've said this now 50 times, you fucking cunt. And I do agree with Emmanuel. It is fucking ridiculous. Like, the buses in my city, the door frame to get onto the bus is like 5'9". Like, every single time I get on, I have I do have people look at me like they haven't seen someone who's 6'1" in their lifetime. And sometimes, just to give them bastards on the bus a laugh, I whack my head on the door. And it's just like, for fuck's sake, I absolutely hate public transport. That's why I like to take taxi. And the taxi brand is called Mum's Taxi. Hell yeah.
I was going to say fake taxi. I was going to say fake taxi, but oh well. Okay, Simon, public transport.
I don't particularly like getting the public transport into London. I don't like it because like everything in London's too crowded anyway. But like the transport there is really bossy, isn't it? It's like the London transport is famous for its line, "Please mind the gap." I don't mind the gap. Like it's a fine shop. It's been there for ages. Let it be there. Like, what's everyone's fucking problem with the gap? Right, fuck off. Stop reminding me at every station that you got a problem with the gap. Some bastard. What exactly does the gap ever do for you, right? Gap wants to be there, let it fucking be there. But no, like I've stopped taking buses as well. I'm glad I drive now because I've stopped taking buses as well. And that's not because I have a problem with buses. It's more the people that are on them. You know what I mean? Like, do I really want to be in an enclosed space with those people, especially at the time like this? Like, I'll just give you an example of this. I was on a bus once, and there were some girls at the back of the bus looking through a magazine, right? And one of them went, "Oh, who's that?" pointing at a picture in the magazine. And the other one went, I don't know, some band called the Beatles. And the other girl said, "Oh, I think I've seen them live."
In their fucking dreams.
Like, I should not have to be putting up with overhearing your conversation. Fuck you. There you go.
Love it. Oh, right, audience. You know what to do. It's time to vote. Let's start with for the axe voting. We'll start with let's start with Michael. Who gets your vote?
Simon, definitely. Mind in the gap. Yeah. Go on.
Okay, brilliant. Okay, Simon, who gets your vote?
Tough one. I think I'm going to go Emmanuel again. I enjoyed his public transport in the hood. That's a good little gimmick.
Thank you.
Good. Okay, Kurt, who gets your vote?
All hail the mighty gap. My vote goes to Simon.
Brilliant. Emmanuel, who gets your vote?
Oh, I thought I saw them live.
Well done. Ryan, who gets your vote?
Emmanuel, it's so relatable with tall people on the tube. It's a piss take. It's a real piss take.
Good. Okay, for me, I'm gonna go with Simon. I absolutely love the mind the gap thing, and I can relate to that. Whenever I hear that, I'm on the tube. I fucking hate it. It's like, yes, thanks for stating the obvious. Please mind the gap. Thanks for stating the obvious.
Kim, you know whenever you walk through a small space and that, and it says "mind your head," you don't have to worry about that, do you, mate?
No, I'm sure. I like it. Oh, brilliant. So, at the end of that round, the winner of round 4 is... It's a tie. It's a tie.
Oh!
The tie for round 4 is Emmanuel and Simon. Well done, lads. Well done. That is the tie. Ooh. Oh, God. It's getting interesting now. Okay,
Did you know actually?
right.
Yeah, did you know actually 2 fleas had a race to get to the center of my shirt? Yeah, it ended in a tie.
Hey.
Don't you?
Hey.
You like it really?
Okay, the next round. Right, the next round. Round 5, we're almost there, nearly. This next round, I think, is going to be very interesting to some people. Your topic for round 5 is drugs. Let's start with, I don't want to sound racist, but let's go with Emmanuel to start with.
It didn't sound racist until you said that.
Okay, cool.
You just made it racist. Nobody was thinking that except you.
You could have said to start with Emmanuel, and everyone would have been like, fine, yeah. But you're like, I'm not going to be racist, but I'm going to start with the black guy.
Yeah, but did you know that Black Lives Matter now? Because I read it on Facebook.
Oh, jeez. Right, Emmanuel, drugs, now.
Oh, duh. Back in the days, yeah, I used to go to all the underground house raves, yeah, and people always used to come up to me and say, "You got any drugs? You got any drugs?" And I was like, "No, I can't sell drugs because I was always afraid to go to prison, yeah, because number one, I'm a deep sleeper, and two, I sleep with my mouth open." So that's the main way to get protein in your diet. You know, and you can't play Pokemon Go and you can't go anywhere. So now I went home, yeah, and I bought ibuprofen, yeah, because that looks exactly like ecstasy. So I go back there and shot it. You know, it's like 2 sachets. They got 16 in each sachet. I sold them at £25 a pop. I'm dyslexic. Y'all do the math. So now, end of the night, yeah, I'm leaving, and they come up to you and say, "Oi, boy, hey, come here. Your drugs, yeah?" I said, "What? Your drugs are wicked." And he's like, and I said, "Why?" "Oh, because before I came out, yeah, man had a banging headache. You get me? So man's proper sweet. What, you coming there next week?" I said, "Yeah, bro." And I walked away saying to myself, that's what you call the placebo effect. Because these men, I'm tall and black. So my ratio is the taller and blacker you are, the most likely your drugs are real. So I'm just going off of the ratio. That's how it works with these people, you know. So it's pure ratio. So the smaller and whiter you are, the faker your drugs are. So that's how it works with these people. And one time, yeah, I was walking down the road, and I got this European guy walked up to me, was going, "Oh, have you got any, stuff?" I'm like, "What stuff?" The stuff that you put in the cigarette and get smoky, stuff. And I said, "Sorry, officer, I don't know what you're talking about." And he said, "Oh, mate, his language changed. There's people in my area pretending to be Eastern European. There's cops pretending to be Eastern European to get drugs out here. Watch out." And that happened to me like 2 days ago.
I was going to say, on that note, let's go with Simon.
I was talking about my mum earlier. I'll talk about my mum again. My mum doesn't do hard drugs. She only does the soft drugs. And by the soft drugs, I mean those dissolvable paracetamol you drop in your drinks. Because apparently the solid ones that you have to swallow go straight to her head. Genuinely true. That's a quote from my mum, direct quote. I said she wasn't very adventurous. She has a bar of chocolate and eats 1 block at a time because otherwise she gets a headache. Like, It's insane. And then to think that me and my brother came from that family, because like, as I've already proven tonight, I'm very cool, obsessed with Harry Potter and Doctor Who and stuff. So I've spent a lot of my youth on lots of drugs. And my brother wanted to show my mum. My brother had always wanted to show my mum that taking drugs wasn't as bad as she thought it was, because she has this like very negative view of people who take drugs and drug taking and all that kind of thing. I mean, my brother wanted to show, actually, no, it's fine. Like, it's just a bit of weed. Like, no one ever died from a bit of weed, right? And what he always said he was going to do was he was going to make her a cake with some weed in it and give her some, right? Which is fine to do if you give someone a small bit and you tell them first. He didn't need all of those things, right? He genuinely turned up at the house with a giant cake he'd made for a party and just told my mum it was a chocolate cake. She was like, oh, I'll have a bit. My son's made me a chocolate cake. And my brother was like, how big a bit do you want? And she was like, oh, no, I'll have a big bit. So he cuts her off this massive fucking slice of weed cake, right? Gives it to her. Yeah, she eats it. Half an hour later, I get this panicked phone call from my dad going, your mother, something has happened to your mother. She's broken. She's broken. Apparently she just shut down in the middle of the ironing and then just shut down for a whole weekend. 3 days she spent in bed watching Midsummer Murders and eating the soup. Like, Jesus. Finally, she actually got to experience my teenage years. There you are. True story.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Okay, who have I got? Let's go with Michael. Drugs.
Yeah, well, it's not really considered a drug, but I just want to say I'm very, very proud because after 20 years of struggling against alcoholism, I've finally given it up. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I've given up struggling against it and started to enjoy it instead. Because alcohol is fucking brilliant, and if you don't like it, you can fuck off. People say, thank you. Sorry if this is too technical for you. People say, Michael, do you remember the first time you were drunk? I say, no. I was drunk, wasn't I? Because you know the problem when you drink too much, and we've all been here, you know, you go out with someone who's not attractive. Kind of person that Jimmy Savile wouldn't fuck, you know. Actually, sorry, no, I was actually talking the other day, and I said, you know, like Jimmy Savile, how traumatic it would be to be fucked by Jimmy Savile. I actually think it would be more traumatic not to be fucked by Jimmy Savile because he thinks you're too ugly. I think that would fuck you up even more. Even Jimmy Savile wouldn't rape me. That's how ugly I am, you know. So, I met Jimmy Savile. Did he fuck you? No, I'm too ugly. Oh my god! You know, but sorry, that was slightly off topic. No, but you know, you go out. You know, you're probably drinking. You go out with someone who's not attractive, but you have a bit to drink, and you think, yeah, you know, you have a bit more to drink. You think, yeah, why not? You know, and after 28 pints of vodka, you go home and you fuck all night, and you feel fucking brilliant, don't you? But then you wake up the next morning, you get a good look at them, and you think, oh, for fuck's sake, you know. And that is why I stopped going to the pub with my dad. That was 6 months ago. My arsehole is still burning. Yeah, so is his, but I don't like to boast.
Well done, Michael.
That's enough, thank
Love
you.
it. Love it.
True story.
Okay. Right, next, drugs. Let's go to who looks more like a drug addict on this next group. Let's go with Brian.
Weed. I love weed. I feel like that weed should be legalized in every single place of the world for these following reasons. If you have back pain, what do you do to make yourself feel better? Have a joint. If you feel depressed and if you feel like you're having a shit day, have a joint. It makes you feel happy. And if you want to go in the street and pick a fight with someone who you know you're going to lose to, have a joint. I mean, no, smoke, just snort a line of cocaine. That just works.
Oh,
Like,
great.
honestly, the government lies to us. Kids, do drugs. Do not listen to the government. Do not listen to them saying, do not do drugs. Do drugs, kids. It makes you feel wonderful. If you want to look like an absolute fucking crackhead and be a big man, walk around the streets going, oh yeah, mate, I smoke weed and all that. I'm a big man and all that. Yeah, look at me, yeah. I smoke drugs and that. Like, fucking hell. Where I'm from, if you do not smoke weed, you get fucking beaten up from where I'm from. Trust me. But that's all I've got.
Well done. Okay, now on to the person who most likely looks like a drug addict. Kurt.
Yeah, I get that a lot. So since my divorce, I've been trying to date again, and I found a pocket of women that mostly go unseen. I'm talking about like we call them here tweakers, crystal meth. Some of those women who do crystal meth all night and roam around aimlessly at night, those are the women you want, because when you're staying there in the park in the middle of the night and a woman just stumbles up to you all on crystal and nestle right up to you, perch on your arm and whisper into your ears with cotton mouth and cracked lips, "Are you a cop?" I mean, it just gets my heart racing. My hair stands up on end. I get the what are they called there? The hepatitis, drugs, date druggies.
I like that. I like it. Well done. Okay, so once again, audience, you know what to do. If you don't already know what to do, then you're fucking spastic. I'm sorry, but vote now. Vote now. While the audience vote, I'm gonna ask the acts who did the best material. So let's start with Simon. Who did the best material on drugs?
I'm gonna go with Michael. Anyone who can bring Jimmy Savile that much into a talk on drugs is doing well. Just to shout out to Kurt, have you had any idea who the fuck anyone is on this talk today? Kylie Minogue, Jimmy Savile references. Like...
No.
It's been in the news.
Can we do Donald Trump next? So he's got a chance.
I'll pull them up. I've been googling names as you guys go.
It's fun and education.
Don't start googling Jimmy Savile. You'll get a visit from Operation U.
Guilt by association.
Okay.
Free hand.
Okay, next. Kurt, who did the best material on drugs?
I liked Michael's too. I don't know who that guy is, but I can relate with the drinking, you know.
I've seen your dad, yeah.
I haven't.
Good.
I haven't seen mine either.
Okay. Let's go with Michael. Who did the best material on drugs?
I think they were all really, really good that time. I think that was the best round so far. I think they were all really, really good. I'm just going to go with Simon, but they're all great.
I'm going to be really kind here. I think because Michael said that everyone was just as good, I think everyone's going to get a point each. I
got a point! Yay!
Everyone's going to get a point for that one. Well done.
Hey man, I got a point!
Okay, Emmanuel, if you're still awake, who did the best material on drugs?
I think Kim did.
When Simon's mum shut down for 2 days and watched Midsummer Murders. That's relatable.
That's some relatable content.
Oh, brilliant. Who I haven't asked yet? Kurt, I think. Who have I not asked?
Oh,
I'm forgetting.
You asked me already. I said Michael.
Yeah. Okay. No, Ryan. Oh yeah, Ryan. Ryan, who did the best material?
Yeah, I liked Michael. Michael's one.
My what?
Good.
Well, you
brilliant.
Nothing.
Okay. Okie dokie then. Right. At the end of that round, the winner of that round is Simon Hall. Well done, Simon. You won yourself another round. Well done. Well done. Okay, we're going to move on to round 6 before we go into the final stand-up round. We're nearly there. The next round is sexual fantasy. Let's start with Simon.
Jesus. Well, like I've been exploring some sexual fantasies more recently because I broke up with my girlfriend at the end of last year. It's okay, you know, she wanted me to be something I'm not. Celibate. But no, like we broke up because we didn't really see eye to eye about our sort of sexual fantasies anyway. Because you know, I really wanted to have makeup sex, and she didn't, and we'd have this massive fight about it. So I'd get halfway there at least. But no, I wanted to have makeup sex because it's better sex, isn't it? You know? Makeup sex is just, it's a fact, it's better sex. Plus, you look like a foot without makeup. But no, I've started seeing this new bird, which has been quite good because she started actually fulfilling some of my sexual fantasies, you know? Like, we've started, she's really kinky, and we've started building up this like massive dildo collection. Like, I mean, we've only got 3 of them, but they're all fucking massive. And I was a little bit worried about them at first because, well, like, as I say, they're all huge. And I mean, I'm not particularly well endowed, if you know what I mean. And I didn't want them to be, like, by comparison, you know, I wouldn't want her to, I wouldn't like it if she preferred, you know, what am I trying to say? I was worried it would be emasculating. That's what I'm trying to say. I was worried that it would be emasculating if she fucked me up the arse with a cock that's bigger than mine. There you are. That's my jokes about sexual fantasy.
Brilliant. I like that. I like it. Let's go with Kurt. Sexual fantasy.
Right. Well, I mentioned earlier how it's hard for me to watch, you know, most porn because I'm a dad, and you know, the young people. I've got kids that age, so I like watching the older porn, the vintage, the old black and whites, because those are grandmothers now. And I mean, honestly, who wouldn't like to have sex with a grandmother? First of all, their standards are probably pretty low, but also, if you're banging her and you break a hip, that's like, hey, you really gave it to somebody. You can't say that to the young people. They're more elastic. So yeah, there you have it. Go break hips.
Brilliant. I like that. I like it. Let's go with sexual fantasy. Let's go with Michael.
All right. Yeah, I don't know if you saw about a year ago, the Spice Girls got back together, unlike my mother's legs. And they did a show on the Jonathan Ross. Did you see that? And there's this famous picture of the 4 Spice Girls with Jonathan Ross. Posh wasn't there, probably busy doing fuck all as usual. And no, I thought it was funny when Jerry left the Spice Girls, and there was a big discussion about it, and they even did a song Goodbye. And when Posh left the Spice Girls, nobody gave a fuck. But No, but every time I see this picture of the 4 Spice Girls with Jonathan Ross, it's horrible because it's destroyed my ultimate wank fantasy. Because every time I just get Jonathan Ross's fat face staring out at me. Really traumatized me. Do you know what I mean? I have a recurring fantasy where Melanie C feeds me beer and kebabs in a pink dress. I don't know why I wear a pink dress, but very nice. Sometimes I fantasize about the Spice Girls in the nude. Other times I keep my clothes on for it. It gets cold on the bus. I don't know. I guess yeah. I suppose incest is a bit. You know, I can relate to that. I can relate to that incest. Yeah. Yeah. When I was 8 years old, my dad ejaculated on the back of my head. I was wet behind the ears. My dad was so upset after the divorce. He said, "Don't ever mention that woman again." I said, "It's all right, Dad. Mum's the word." Because my mum was the opposite. Speaking of like sexual fantasies, there's this thing now about the older, sort of aggressive woman, isn't there? You know, and they never know what to call themselves. It's like, you know, hey, am I a MILF? Well, awesome. Does that make me a cougar? Am I a gilf now? I don't know what to call them. I just call them spinster. I think that sums it up, you know. Because there was this thing, very quickly, that I'm going to fuck off. I don't know if you remember about 5 years ago, Madonna, one of the few women I've never jacked off to, family included. She did this. I don't know if you saw it. It was like Madonna still sexy at 56, and she had like this really sexy outfit. Did you actually see that? No. That's the level of energy I'd expect from a Madonna fan. But everybody was going, "Oh my God, she's awesome! She's so awesome! She's Madonna. She's 56 and she's still sexy. Isn't that awesome?" I just thought it's the saddest thing I've seen in my life. You know, a woman of 56 who still wants to get wanked over. You know, it's kind of sad. Like, please wank to me, please, sir. Look, I have titties, just like Katy Perry. Tell me they're not worth a drop of your spunk, sir. Tell me you can't eke out a dribble of bollock yogurt for old Madge, sir, like in the old days. Girl power. That's enough from me. Cheers. Go on.
Well done. I love that. Love it.
True story.
Okay. Next up about sexual fantasy is Ryan. Ryan, sexual fantasy.
See, recently I've been wanking over Shakira. I still feel like that at 43 years of age, she still has that waka waka pussy that I want. And I just really am into her. Like, honestly, if I was ever in bed, because I'm actually from South Africa and the World Cup was played there in 2010. If we were ever having rough sex in bed, I'd be going, "This time for Africa, motherfucker!" Oh yeah, oh God. I mean, just imagine how embarrassing that would be. A 17-year-old impregnating a 43-year-old woman. Fucking hell. But that's all I have on sexual fantasy.
I have to give it. I like that. I like that. Okay. Finally, Emmanuel, sexual fantasy.
Wow, I've got a list. First of all, I want to find a woman who's good at multitasking, so she can beatbox with my balls in her mouth, you know, so that we could hit the right vibe, you know, and tune in together. Secondly, I like to have sex with a policeman's wife, with the policeman handcuffed and forced to watch. Second, I like to have sex with Kim Kardashian, where Kylie's handcuffed and he's forced to watch. And fourth, I like to have sex with the president's wife on the inauguration day.
Biden's wife or Trump's wife?
Whoever's wife is the inauguration day.
Well done. You know what?
Wait,
gonna say
sorry,
this.
sorry. Just so I can clear this up, I need to know. On Inauguration Day, are you planning on fucking Melania? Or are you going for who's Biden's wife?
Going anywhere where Donald Trump's sperm has been before is a no-no for me, really. The idea of that flailing around in public.
I'm having sex with his wife right next to the inauguration.
If you want to annoy the president on that day, then you don't want to be having sex with Biden's wife. You want to be having sex with a kid, don't you?
Well, both.
Okay.
No,
Okay.
Why the wife?
Okay. So while the audience are voting, at the end of that round, let's get the votes in from the apps. So, Simon, who gets your vote on sexual fantasies?
I'm going with Michael.
Cheers, man.
Good. Michael, who gets your vote?
They're all really good. They're all really good yet again. I'm going to go for Ryan for the nostalgia because it reminds me when I was young and I could just knock one out.
Thank you.
Any woman, you know, I just like bong. You know, it was great. I wish I could go back. I wish I could have the same productivity without the guilt. It'd be great.
Lovely. Well done. Okay. Kurt, who did the best material on sexual fantasy?
Well, I did like Michael's, but I have to go with Ryan because I also have I have a thing about older women. So, yeah.
Mother, I'm gonna never go.
That's one of the older women that you have to think.
Okay, Emmanuel, who gets your vote?
Michael.
Cheers, man.
Michael. Okay. Right. So at the end of round 6, before we go into the stand-up round, let's find out what the leaderboard is at the moment. So in finals, right down at the bottom of the list, still at the moment is Ryan. You currently have 4 votes, but there's still a chance. There's still a chance. So well done. That's in final place. And then just missing out on bronze is Kurt. Just missing out, but good on Kurt. And then just hitting bronze is Michael. Well done, Michael. And then in second place, after being knocked off the top spot at the moment, is Emmanuel, meaning at the moment in the league, Simon Hall. At the moment, anything could happen. Anything can happen in this next round because it's time for where's the banner? You know what time it is. It's time for another stand-up round. 3 minutes. Okay, so we're going to start with. Let's start with Kurt on the stand-up round. So everyone else is going to be taken off screen momentarily. So, Kurt, are you ready to find out what your subject is?
Yes, I am.
Okay, your subject is, and this is for everyone, so everyone gets the same subject. It is Donald Trump. So, okay, just give me a second while I set up the timer. Okay, there we are. Okay, so your 3 minutes stand-up round on Donald Trump starts now.
Right. All right. Well, first of all, getting this out of the way, I didn't vote for him. I think, and what's difficult here, telling jokes about Donald Trump, and I mean by here I mean in the U.S., is you still run into people who think that he is correct, that science is a bunch of crap, and out of all the news networks, they have one, Fox News, that they think is correct. It's hard to tell Trump jokes around here because a lot of the stuff he says is already way funnier than anything I could come up with. You know, and I don't understand how people can still, you know, believe and how almost, you know, he almost won the election again. So I don't have a big problem against Donald Trump. Here's the other thing. Machiavelli said you got to do things for the state. He's, you have to be ruthless. You have to be cutthroat. Abandon all things for the state. Trump is like, no, fuck the state. It's all about me. So he's even farther than that. But what I have a problem with is the Trump supporters, the people who still just lap up everything that comes, everything his tiny little fingers are tweeting. It's perplexing to me that we got so close to losing this election again. And on the election night, they had a big map about the different states of, who voted where. And to me, that was great. It was like, 4 years ago, it's like, okay, that's where I don't land when I'm flying across country. That's where I don't stop for gas anywhere along there. And it's just amazing that people will still listen to the stuff that's coming out of his mouth and saying, well, he's got to be right. I mean, the thing about injecting bleach, about climate change isn't real, all this stuff. And the biggest thing was when he said, the night of the election, he was saying, well, we're going to stop counting votes at midnight because America wants to know who their president is. And then here we are months later, and he's still saying, nah, it's rigged. We're still going to count votes. We're still going to count votes. I don't blame him for saying he wants to count votes. He's got 10 little fingers and a very limited education, so he probably can't comprehend how things are going anyway. Rudolph Giuliani, who he was knighted. He was knighted after 9/11, Sir Rudolph Giuliani. So, yeah, that's not on. We can share the blame on that crap. But what kind of warlock just crawled out of the subway system he's got to live down there. He's pale as hell. I know he lives in a coffin, drinking the blood of younger people or old. I don't know. Just I'm just so relieved that this nightmare is just about over. Not meaning this set, but I mean like of the Trump administration.
All right, your time is up, Kurt. Well done. Well done. Brilliant. Kurt. Okay, next up, talking about Donald, whatever his fucking middle name is, Trump, is go with. We're going to go with Michael Monkhouse.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Michael, are you ready? Are you?
Yeah.
All right, you're free. You're free to start now.
Yeah, I'm ready. Look at me. This is as excited as I can possibly get. Donald Trump. What's the difference between a hysterectomy and Donald Trump? Sorry? Oh, yeah, sorry. What's the difference between a hysterectomy and Donald Trump? A hysterectomy is not a complete cunt. I said to Donald and Melania, can you think of an original slogan? They said, yes, we can. People keep saying Melania Trump is the new Jackie Kennedy. I'm like, please, Donald, buy yourself a nice open-air convertible. You know you want to. Because there's a big thing about politics here in Italy, for example, with Berlusconi. And Berlusconi actually said, at this point in life, all I want is food, place to sleep, and regular sex. That's what he said, food, place to sleep, and regular sex. So why is he so desperate to stay out of prison? What's the difference between Mrs. Thatcher and coronavirus? Thatcher couldn't close all the hospitals. I thought it was funny when Mrs. Thatcher died. I thought it was very funny, actually. I pissed myself. No, seriously, I thought it was funny when Mrs. Thatcher died and the first tribute came from Berlusconi. And I thought, fair enough. I mean, he fucked with minors too, so why not? Anyway, Donald Trump, apart from being a cunt, is an American cunt. And I don't give a fuck about Thanksgiving. How many of you Americans give a fuck about Guy Fawkes Night, right? How many of you Americans give a fuck about any of our shitty little crappy English celebrations? Absolutely not. Because what I really hate is when Americans, they fuck with pronunciation. It's like advertisement, address, detail. It is so frustrating, The other funny thing about America is the monkeys, all right? Because the monkeys were the American Beatles. Yeah, not exactly. And I think one of the funniest things I read in my life was about the monkeys, and it was said, note the fractured spelling, monkeys, echoing the name of that other famous group, the Beatles. And like, yeah, that other famous group. I mean, the monkeys were massive, but the other, and also it doesn't even mean anything. At least Beatles, there was a joke with Beat. You know, like monkeys, you just spell it wrong. It's probably just a mistake. Anyway, do you know what I mean? So, no, but seriously, speaking of the Beatles, a couple of years ago, Ringo Starr did a concert. Oh, my time up. Sorry.
Yeah, your time is up,
Time.
Michael. Well done.
Then I'm
Good
going to shut the
set.
fuck
Well
up. Thank you. Cheers.
done. Well done. Well done. Okay, next up to talk about Trump is Ryan Stannard. All right, Ryan, you know what to do, dude. Unmute yourself, and then 3 minutes. Your 3 minutes start now.
Donald Cunt. Oh, sorry. Donald Trump is so fucking boring. Hold on. Donald Trump is so fucking boring. I mean, what the fuck? He's an absolute cunt. Like, if for instance, if I could vote, I would have voted for Joe Biden, even though I live overseas. My family voted for Joe Biden because they live near Savannah, Georgia. All of my family voted for him. But what does Donald Trump and Joe Biden have in common? They're both old cunts, so they'll both die soon. Result. I mean, I cannot wait for the day until Donald Trump dies. Like, honestly, I'll be getting fucking hammered. I'll be high. I'll be drunk. I will do every single drug in the world on that day. I will drink every single alcoholic substance in the world on that day because I just absolutely hate the bastard. Now, I also really feel like Donald Trump used to play the guitar a lot because he couldn't help fingering minors back in his younger days, could he? I mean, seriously, you cannot tell me that this guy looks like someone who has not been in prison for paedophilia before. This guy is such a cunt. I just absolutely hate him. I mean, if I ever saw him in the fucking street or something, like, I'm sorry, this guy got told not to come back to England by the Queen. That is how much of a cunt he is. But knowing him, he probably couldn't resist, so he probably went to try and go down onto the Queen. I mean, bloody hell. And the Queen's 94 and he's 75. That was probably the best sex the Queen's ever had, and probably Donald Trump's as well. But Donald Trump, hold on, let me rephrase that. Donald Cunt is a cunt. I fucking hate the cunt. He's a cunt. Get me the fuck off this stage. Thank you. That's my time, I think.
Okay. Okay. Ryan, you had about 25 seconds left.
Oh, I'm doing better.
So,
I'm doing better than usual. I'm doing better than usual.
Yeah, I'll give you that one. Okay. Okay. Next up, talking about Donald Trump or Donald Cunt, as Ryan was. We're going to go with Emmanuel. Right, Emmanuel, your 3 minutes on Donald Trump starts now.
Okay. I heard a lot of shit talking about Donald. I don't like it. I don't like it. Donald is a great guy. I'm a great guy. Donald's a great guy. We're great guys. Do you remember that time when the guy was shooting in Las Vegas and that rock concert was going on? There was bad people on both sides. The rock music was too loud. He was trying to let those guns sleep. I love Donald Trump. I love Donald Trump. Because me, I love him in more ways than you can think about. I dream about him day and night. Because I am an American. And he is an American. He loves us. And he hates those Muslims. He keeps those Muslims out and those Mexicans on the other side of that wall. That's not that good. Because the Mexicans just sneak through. They're still coming over. Biden's gonna release all the Muslims. It's gonna be a tax. But Donald Trump keeps me safe at night. He keeps the white and the black's black. You know, because I love the fact that he gave his whole family jobs. You know, in the empire, like so they can be like spies. They were working for him. Because I love Donald Trump. Donald Trump, he makes my dick hard. Every time I see him, man, when his hair all wavy, back and forth, and then it's sort of like, you know, like I want him just like that. I like him because I love Donald Trump. And that voting fraud, and if Emmanuel Paul don't win this, I want to recount on all those votes. I think there's voter fraud going on. Some people trickery. There's a computer going on. There's a glitch. I want to make sure that. Like Donald Trump, I want a full investigation. I want impeachment. Donald Trump's gonna help me. I'm gonna give that nigga a call. Cause he's my boy. I love Donald Trump. If I came home and found Donald Trump sleeping with my sister, I'd be like, I'm next. Yeah. Or we'll go double team on my sister together. I love Donald Trump. How dare you talk crap about Donald? I love him. One day I'm gonna meet him. He gonna say to me, hey boy, I love you too. Did you vote for me? And I'm like, hell yeah. Cause I love you, Trump. All you haters over there hating on Trump. You probably you don't like Trump. You don't like freedom, do you? You hate the smell of freedom. It tastes so good because we got it. You don't. I am a Trump voter. And I do live in Alabama. Where we hate niggas and no Trump.
All right. Okay, time is up, Emmanuel. Absolutely brilliant. I like that. Well done, Emmanuel. Okay. Can this guy kick it out of the park? He's currently leading the competition. It's Simon Hall. Simon, your 3 minutes on Trump. Now.
A lot of people slagging off Donald Trump just now. But I want to give him his due. Okay. I want to give Donald Trump some credit. Right? Because never before has a president managed to unite the world in thinking that America is full of fucking morons. But Donald Trump has successfully managed to do that. I feel sorry for Americans. I really do. Like, they just had an election, haven't they? Where, like, basically their choice was between, like, Emperor Palpatine with Alzheimer's and, like, a deluded child who, like, he cheats at golf. Did you know this? Like, Donald Trump cheats at golf. A game in which you are playing yourself to see how good you are. He cheats himself. I think that just is such a mark of the man that yeah, I find that fascinating. But like we have Trump, don't we? We have Trump in this country, in America. We have Trump because people are fed up with politics. People are tired of politics, and like here in the Western world, we love democracy. We really do. Like, we proper love democracy. We always going on about how good it is. But I think the democracy of the last few years has been a really good argument for dictatorships, hasn't it? Because, like, I mean, we've made terrible decisions. The Americans were like, we need someone who knows what the fuck they're doing to lead us out of this recession. Trump's the man. Like here in Britain, we're no better. We were like, should we leave the EU? And the politicians turned to the country and said, hey, country, what do you reckon? Should we leave the EU? And the country went, yes, I guess. And the British politicians basically went, Well, everyone get the fuck out then. Let's leave. Let's leave without any ever thinking about that thing again. Let's never think about that again. That is a decision made. It's done. Personally, I won't be voting at the next general election. The only politician I have or will ever vote for has been and gone. The great Jeremy Corbyn. I'm a massive fan of Jeremy Corbyn. I like Jeremy Corbyn because we both see the same world in the same way. You know, I think we do. We both see the world in the same way. Like, we're both socialists. We both believe in equality. We both think the Jews are a sneaky bunch of bastards. People say to me, Simon, that joke is anti-Semitic, but that joke has great sentence structure. It's just quite racist.
Okay, your time is up, Simon. Well done. Love that. Let's get everyone back on the street. Okay, Simon, you shut up now. Well done. Well done, everyone. Give yourselves a round of applause for that one. Some brilliant bits of material there. Some brilliant pieces there. So, audience, you know what to do. Get voting. While the audience are voting, we will hand over to the acts to start voting for themselves. So just a reminder, or well, not themselves, but for other acts. But just a reminder, Simon Hall is currently leading the competition. So potentially about to take the title of a match. So we'll start with Kurt. Kurt, who did the best material on Trump?
It was tough, you know. But I think Manuel's impersonation of an American, it was spot on. It was like I was looking in a mirror.
I agree with that one. You know, I will agree with that. Well done, Emmanuel, for that point. Okay, Michael, who gets your vote?
Oh, this is a really tough one because I thought they're all very, very good. I laughed out loud with Kurt's, you know, the nightmare's over. The presidency, not my routine. And Ryan for fingering minors. I want to steal that joke. I like that one. Simon's very funny as usual, but it's just got to be Emmanuel this time. They're all very good though.
Thank you.
Good. But I'll say this, Simon, you've got some tough competition looking at the votes at the moment. Emmanuel's catching up with you. You've got some tough competition. Ryan, who did the best material on Trump?
I did like Emmanuel's impression because it is spot on. Because for the past, well, except for this year, for the past 15 years, I've been going to South Carolina every year, and it just sums up really. Crazy ass motherfuckers.
Okay. Ooh. The votes are interesting. Emmanuel, who gets your vote?
The nightmare's over. That's what has to get me. Nightmare's over.
You're slightly cut off, so who gets your vote?
Huh?
Kurt, he went for Kurt.
Right. Thank you, Simon. Thanks, brilliant. Thank you. Okay, Simon, who gets your vote?
Unfortunately, due to technical issues, Ryan's was the only one I actually managed to hear properly, so I'm going to go with Ryan. There was some solid jokes in there, though.
Mother, I got another vote!
I mean, I obviously can't vote for myself, can I? Just to get an extra point in there.
No. Okay, for me, just to give you an idea on voting at the moment. At the moment, Ryan and Kurt are both on the same amount of votes.
Oh.
So it's very tight at the moment.
That's what she said.
That's what my girlfriend's going to say later on.
Okay, the winner of this round, it goes to Emmanuel, which means Emmanuel is the lead once again. Emmanuel he's back in the lead. Okay, and it's nearly the end of the show as well. It's time for round 7 out of round 8. There's no more stand-up rounds now, so that means we are getting near to the end of the show. Okay, the next subject for round 7 is anal. So let's start with Simon on anal.
What child put this list of categories together? I do classy comedy.
Me.
I do intelligent comedy about the definition of flocky knocking the hillipilification. I don't do shit about anal. No, I'll tell you a true story though. I'll try to tell you a true story. I fucked a girl up the arse once, and I do literally mean once, right? We were having sex. I was having sex with this girl, right? And I slipped out mid pump, yeah. And unfortunately, the aiming went slightly awry in all of the enthusiasm for the act. And as I thrust with full force back into a hole that had previously not been filled and had not prepared itself to be filled in quite such a violent manner. And I have never seen a woman move so fast. Like, Jesus, she disappeared and was just this curled up ball of what? If you ask me to say what a human, like draw a picture of a human in pain, that's the picture I would go for. And she was just up the end, and she didn't trust me after that. Like, she wanted to have some you know, those guides for when you do bowling. She wanted to get some of them in place or something because she didn't trust me after that. So there you go. True story.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I like that. I like that. Okay. Kurt, anal.
Right. So my ex-wife and I, we had 5 kids, and when I told her I want to try anal, she was like, "Why? That's kind of gay." It's like, well, you haven't had 5 kids pass through your ass, so. So I would imagine it'd be slightly tighter. But you know, on Simon's point though, she was worried about me jamming my unit into her ass. So as a protection, I just stuck a butt plug in there. So that would protect her. Thank you.
Oh, I like that. Oh God, I like that. Okay. Michael, anal.
Yeah. Anal. Well, I don't know. I don't like anal sex. It is fucking shit. Yeah. People say, Michael, why are you so obsessed with anal sex with women? I say, well, I tried it with my dad and it wasn't the same. I have to be brutally honest. I've never really understood anal sex, you see, because I'm old-fashioned. You know, I like wooing. Well, does that mean anything to you? Like wooing, courting, trying to fuck. I like wooing women, and you know, we men, we like our pussy. You know, we work very, very hard to get a bit of pussy, and I can't imagine all that, you know, wooing, etc. You finally get your pussy, and you think, actually, no, I've got a better idea. Wouldn't it be great if I tried to ram my erect penis up a 1 millimeter wide crevice, which is caked in shit? I think that would be much more fun. I've never really understood that. I'm a tit man, right? I'm a tit man, and I can, sorry to go off topic, but I believe that women are superior to men. And I can prove that women are superior to men because of tits, right? Because even gay men like tits, right? This is true. I have a gay friend. He says, I'm gay, but when I see tits, they're so lovely. I can't resist. I want to play with them, right? I do not have the same reaction when I see dick, right? I don't see a penis. I don't see a penis and think, oh my God, that is so beautiful. It's so aesthetic. It's so gorgeous. I've got to touch it. Let me play with it, Dad. Please let me, you know. So I'm joking. It wasn't my dad. It was my brother. Anyway, anything else about anal? No, I'm getting a bit anal about it. So that's all from me. Cheers.
Well done. I like that. I like it. Okay. Let's go to Ryan. Ryan, anal.
See, the first time I tried anal, my girlfriend had actually eaten a vindaloo curry just before. So that was the shittiest day of my life. That was the shittiest day of my life,
Literally.
hands down. It was even more shittier than the day that I watched my own father die in a hospital. It was a shit day. But the thing is with anal, you have to be really, really careful because you got the woman's arsehole here, then you got this thing here. Now, one day, my mate's sister was having sex with her boyfriend, and they wanted to do anal. So they thought it was anal, but his rod was in her clit. And when he spitted, 9 months later, a kid popped out. So that is what you have to be really careful with anal, because if a girl has a curry, you get shit all over your knob, and if you mistake the holes, you get a kid. That's all I have.
Wow. Okay. Pregnancy in a nutshell. Great. Okay. Let's go with Simon. Anal.
I've already done my. Haven't I not? Yeah, I did my bit.
Oh yeah.
Now you started.
Did anal once. I can do it again if you like.
No, thanks. Let's move on to who have I not done? I think.
Well, anally.
I think I have done Emmanuel.
You haven't done Emmanuel.
Wait.
You haven't done anal in the manual yet.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Oh, because when I was young, I didn't know I wasn't allowed to go to sex education classes because I was a Christian, My mum banned me from it. But I love myself too much, So I wish my dick was bigger so I can go fuck myself.
Okay. I like that. I like it. Okay. So, audience, you know what to do. Acts, you know what to do. Who did the best anal? Who
Don't take that out of context.
Let's. Yeah. Okay. Let's go with Ryan. Who did the best anal?
I really. Michael for me, this one.
Okay. Michael always does the best anal. Let's be honest here.
Passive.
Michael, who did the best anal?
Oh, I mean, again, it's really difficult because they're all very, very good. I'm just gonna go for Kurt this time. They're all good.
Well done. You know what? I'm going to be kind again. I'm going to give everyone a point because they were all so good. Well done, everyone. Okay, Kurt, who did the best anal?
As much as I liked Simon's story of his girl cowering in fear after being poked in the balloon knot, I gotta go with Michael as well, because I like the boob story.
It's true.
Okay, let's go with Emmanuel. Emmanuel, who did the best anal?
Simon, I like him because I've had that before. I've seen that cowering before me before. So it's like, I don't know.
Oh, lovely. Okay, Simon, who gets your vote?
I'm gonna go with Kurt this round, I think. Kurt.
Thanks.
Well done. Okay, well done. For me, I'm going to go with Simon for this round. I quite enjoyed that. Not that I enjoyed anal, it's just I enjoyed that period.
I
You know
personally
you
love
did,
anal.
mate.
I just like to go on record now as being pro anal.
Okay.
I think there's a lot of anti-anal chat going on here.
Okay, great. Okay, so at the end of that round, just to give you an idea of the leaderboard before we announce who's the winner of the penultimate round. The leaderboard at the moment, at the bottom of the list is Ryan at the moment, followed by Kurt, followed by Michael, followed by Simon, and then currently leading is Emmanuel. So well done, guys. It's time for the final round. At the moment, it looks like Emmanuel might, fingers crossed, who knows, might be taking the title home for a second week. Who knows? Who knows? Anything can happen in this final round. Here we go. It's time for the final round. Your subject for the final round of the night is Catholic priests. Okay, right. Let's start with Michael, Catholic priests.
Right. Well, I mean, it's a bit tough because I've just done all the kid fucking jokes. It doesn't really leave very much, does it? With Catholic priests. The one thing I will say about Catholic priests is about Christmas. Did I tell you this about Christmas? Why I don't believe in Christmas? No. Okay. Well, I'll explain now. This is a little bit harsh for some of you, but I'm going to explain it. Father Christmas does not exist. Sorry that you had to hear it from me.
Oh no!
I'm sorry about that, man. How old are you? This is a hell of a way to find out, isn't it? Normally, it's like, your parents tell you or something. So I was this cunt in Italy who thinks he's funny in glasses who told me. But anyway, no, but seriously, I can scientifically prove that Father Christmas doesn't exist because it is impossible for one man to visit every kid in the entire world in a single night and not fuck at least one of them.
Okay.
Because he's a celebrity and he's a Catholic day after all. So, cheers, man.
All right, brilliant. Well done, Michael. I like that. Well done. Okay, next up on Catholic priests, let's go for Kurt.
So, growing up, well, okay. You guys know those places where people will pay money to have women smack them around? Catholic school. Yes, Catholic school. I went to Catholic school growing up. And my first grade teacher, her name was Sister Kathleen, and she had the haircut of a second grade boy and a pimp slap that'd make you pee a little. I don't miss Catholic school. Priests. Yeah. That's all I got on that.
I like it. Good. Let's go with Simon. Looking very posh right now. Simon, Catholic priests.
Yes. Catholic priests. I think Catholic priests are an easy thing to take a shot at the moment, aren't they? And quite rightly as well. They probably deserve it. But everyone was surprised that it turned out that Catholic priests have been fucking kids and stuff and been sexually sexually depraved. But it's not been, their uniform is essentially a gimp suit already, isn't it? It's just missing the head. It's even got that little slot you can attach it into. Come on. you're dressing them up ready to be sexually depraved bastards already, and then you're giving them a book that basically says, oh, if you have any sexual desire whatsoever, you're an evil person and you'll burn in hell. Like, I'd probably fuck a kid or two. That's how I'm going to end up.
Oh God, I like that. I like it. Okay, let's go with. Right, we've gone with Michael. We've gone with Kurt. We've gone with Simon. Let's go with Ryan. Ryan, Catholic priests.
See, with my neighbour's children, right, she has 4 daughters, all aged between 6 and 12 years of age. And she's always told them to stay away from Catholic priests because they like to stick their meat in tenderolls. And you see, you know, I don't get that because, you know, she's trying to keep them away from essential paedophiles and that, when they're going to get fucked anyway in a couple years' time. I mean, fucking hell. It's not like fucking 2000 when everyone's just like, oh, darling, stay away from that boy. He looks like a fucking pedo and all that. It's not like that. That was absolutely shit, but I absolutely had nothing there. That just came up to my mind, but that's all. So.
Okay, Ryan. I like that. I like it. Okay, finishing this off with Catholic priests. Will he be able to win it? Who knows? It's Emmanuel. Go on, Emmanuel.
Well, you're muted.
I know nothing about Catholic priests yet. All I know is I'm glad they're racist and they don't like your black boys. And the only priest I grew up the only priests I grew up around were ones that were like, hallelujah, praise the Lord. They were like super crack dealers, but then I'm gonna say the Lord. Here comes the Jesus coming your way. Come to this $5. They wouldn't have sex with you. It was your mum they would have sex with. You know, so it's like you were safe, but your mums weren't. They were a target. Come back here, Sister Griffith, to me. I want to give you the Lord. I want to give you the Lord right now. That was my upbringing. I was very happy to feel Catholic priest.
Okay. Okie dokie. Well done. Well done. Can I just say, well done to everyone in this round. Well done. Like, wow. Okay, audience, you know what to do. Your final votes are the most important. You know what to do. Act. Before I ask you, who do you think gets your vote? I've got an important question. Have you all enjoyed yourself either way?
Yes.
Yeah,
Of course.
Definitely.
And I'm sure, talking to the audience now, I'm sure this won't be the last time we'll see some of these people. I'm sure they'll always come back. A bit like Michael, he's a bit like our cancer junior. He won't stop coming back.
Herpes.
He loves it. Don't worry, he loves it.
Coronavirus.
Okay. Right. So let's start asking next who gets their winning vote. So let's start off with Kurt. Kurt, who gets your vote?
Well, you know, Michael broke my heart letting me know that Father Christmas wasn't real. I gotta go with Simon, man.
Sorry about that. It's a hell of a way to find out, isn't it?
Okay. Okay, good. Let's go with Michael. Who gets your vote?
Definitely Simon this one. Definitely.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Okay, Brian, gets your vote.
it's Simon for me for this one. Oh,
Okay, okay. Right. Emmanuel, who gets your vote?
One cow.
Oh, cheers.
Okay,
Michael.
Michael.
Sorry, my sound. Was that me? My sound's going to whip them.
Okay. Yeah. It was Michael. Yeah.
Managing to get more
Cheers.
Yeah.
jokes about.
Okay. We're good. Right. Yeah. Okay. Simon, who gets your vote? Simon, who gets your vote?
I think it's blocked, man.
I think he's frozen. I don't know.
It's cold, isn't it?
I think he might have been frozen. I don't know. We'll wait for Harry Potter to come back. Okay, we'll just wait for Simon to come back. I'll just
Oh, he's gone.
take him off screen momentarily while we wait for Simon to return from our little issue. But I'm going to give you an idea of what the votes look like at the moment while we wait for Simon to come back. At the moment, I don't want to reveal who. You know what? I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to say this. I'm going to ask you something interesting. Who do you think has won? Actually, don't answer that question until Simon. Oh, okay, there we are. Simon, who gets your vote? You're currently muted, by the way. You're currently muted. This is fun. Okay.
Still on mute, man.
Hang on. I think he's alright. Right, hang on. Simon, tell us who. Oh, hang on. No, now he's on. Now he's muted again. This is going great, ain't it? Is anyone good at lip syncing? Try and write out a letter or something.
Put it on the chat, man.
Or put it on the whatever. Oh, he might be writing a piece of paper. I think he's writing it down on a piece of paper. We're going old school, ladies and gentlemen. If you have just joined us watching, we're currently trying to work out. Okay, Michael. Okay,
Cheers,
got
man.
there in the end.
Cheers.
Got there in the end. Okay, so for me, I'm not going to tell you who I voted for, but okay, I'm going to just quickly count up all the votes. Give me 2 minutes, guys. Just talk amongst yourselves. Just talk amongst yourselves for about 2 minutes while I just quickly tally up all the votes.
Oh, I love. It's a sign of the times because I'm nearly 50 years old, and I love the fact that every single reaction to Catholic priests was sexual. That was brilliant. You know?
There was a simpler time before, wasn't there, Michael?
Yeah, well, no, it's probably even worse because no one spoke about it. But when I was a kid, Catholic priests, it would have been like Jesus, baby Jesus, you know. And now it's like, fucking the kids up the arse, you know. So times change. Change. That's pretty cool. I thought they're all good tonight, man. They're all very good.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's nice, man. Yeah, it's a nice atmosphere, you know, having fun with it, you know. So we'll see.
Simon's still muted, but my lip reading isn't very good. But it sounds like he was saying very inappropriate things. Yeah, I think we already moved past anal, Simon.
Anal. So that again, anal was completely taboo when I was a kid. Yeah, I can't remember that there was somebody who said.
Okay, right. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We have the votes. The votes have all been tallied and verified. What I'm going to do, something different. I'm going to get everyone off screen first, and I'm going to go through the whole leaderboard from bottom to top. So here we go. So at the bottom of the list in fifth is Brian Stannard. Congratulations to you. You came fifth this week, but you did do well. Well done, Ryan. Well done. Okay. But well done, Ryan. Well done. Okay, in fourth place.
Thank you, guys.
In fourth, just missing out on bronze is Michael Monkhouse. Commiserations, Michael, but you did excellently well. Well done. Okay, so fine. Taking bronze. This is his first time on here. It's our Californian. It's Kurt. Well done, Kurt. You came bronze. You deserve it, dude. You deserve it. Okay, coming in second. Oh, this is going to be interesting. It's our now former improv comic of the week.
Oh!
The winner for the first time ever. First time. Simon, unmute yourself. Coming first is Simon Hall. Well done. Well done. That means that Simon will be back again next week to defend his title. Well done. Commiserations to those who didn't come first. I'm going to say this, Simon. The amount of votes you got, there was only 2 votes between you and Emmanuel.
Wow.
It was 2 votes. Well done, everyone. You know what? To give all our a big round of applause. Well done. Well done, guys. Absolutely brilliant. Well done. Of course, guys, make sure you tune in next Tuesday for another Improv Central when our current improv comic of the week, the absolutely brilliant Simon Hall, will be defending his title. I'm sure he will keep it. It was a close race. It was a close race. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you ever so much for joining us tonight. Those who didn't win, let's go Hufflepuff. Go, well done. Guys, thank you very much for watching. Axe can leave now. Thank you very much. You've been watching Reckless Comedy Improv Central. Make sure you join us on Thursday for the last ever locked in show hosted by Christine Knowlton, because who knows, if anyone saw Saturday's show, we had a little glitchy problem. So yeah, make sure you join us on Saturday to find out if that glitch returns. Thank you to all the acts. Thank you very much, guys. We're going to end this stream here. Thank you very much. I've been Kim Nash. This has been Reckless Comedy Improv Central. Join us again for week 4 next week. Thank you so much. You may leave now if you haven't already. Thank you.